Howard.
All right, we're about to go live. Pablo, we've missed you on the direct call, so if you could just call in.
What is that number? Can you hear me, Howard? I need that number. Sandra, did you get that number? Howard, I need to get on.
You want to go to the conference room?
Okay, Sandra, can you hear me? I need the Uber number, the Uber conference number.
It should have called you directly, Pablo. Did you not get a call from it directly?
No, I didn't.
Okay, I will. Hold on. 225. Uh-huh. Okay, Pablo, 225.
Okay.
412.
412.
3533.
3533. Okay, I'm going to get on it right now. No, I didn't. Okay, I'm on the call now. All right. Howard, don't worry about the eagle that you see in the back.
I need to get my Cowboys hat, I see.
Okay. Let's see. Howard? Perfect. Okay, so you want to. Okay, so what don't we do? We're going to just go back and forth for a little bit until we get a couple of other people on the call. Okay. Okay, great. So now we're really going to get started. So we're very excited to be here on our first live streaming video conference, I guess, webinar. We just want to welcome everyone here. The main objective of this webinar is for us to get to know each one, share a little bit about our organization, and also introduce some of our leaders. And the leaders are coming all the way from LA to Houston, Texas. So we have people from LA.
That's Louisiana, that is now. That's Louisiana, LA, the big LA.
There you go, big LA. So what we're going to do is we're just going to, the way that we're going to be running this is it's going to be interactive. We have Howard White, our very own personal business coach, with us. We're doing a lot of phenomenal things with him, and he is with U.S. Business Academy, and we also have the lovely and the one and only Sandra Flores.
One and only, that's it.
Phenomenal things here in the local Houston area. If you're in the local Houston area and you have an opportunity to connect with Sandra, please do, and you're going to hear her share a little bit about her as well. So we're going to get started, Howard. What do we do is, anyone has any questions before we get started?
Well, Pablo, I would like to tell folks, hey, you're joining in. Give us a virtual slap. We have a Facebook page in which, I think I need to pull that up so I can look and see who's hanging out there. But a Facebook group, not just a page, but a group. And Pablo, you want to give that information?
Sure, sure. The people that are there, what we have a group on Facebook. If you go into Facebook or go under the groups searches, and we're under Grow My Business Now, and I'm gonna get there myself. We have some pending actions. People are wanting to get to the group.
Hold on, whoa, whoa! That's a private group. That's an exclusive group. What's up with that? I mean, you said
No,
you got some pending actions.
no, this is a public group, but I guess
Okay.
yeah, it's a open group. Can you see my screen? Yeah, it's public.
Gotcha. Well,
Yeah.
we don't see it right now, but
Yeah,
it's on Facebook.
the group is public. The group is public. It's classified as public. One of the things that we had here is that we put it under members. Any members can add or approve members. I guess the default security was for members and admins to approve the post. I guess Howard, one of the things that, and we went with the default settings for now, just to prevent from people accidentally posting things that they shouldn't. We run several other groups, and we get a lot of posts that should not be there. So I guess this gives us the opportunity for us to review what's coming in. So, but the Face group is it's Facebook.com. You go to /groups, and then the name of the group is Grow Your Biz Now, and that's BIZNOW, and you should get into the group. Got that, Howard?
Yeah, so I mean that's a great place to chat and communicate with the other business owners here in the area. So that's going to be very key to staying connected to the SBC community. I think that's the great thing about a good group like that, Pablo. So I'm looking forward to communicating to people and adding value to the group. But one of the things they can do is they look right above the screen, right above the screen, and there's a share button. So you can share this right now with your friends. Click it, and then all of your friends on Facebook will know where you're hanging out on a Thursday night.
There we go.
That's the great thing about this good technology that we're lucky to have and having fun with today. Hey, but Pablo, as we get started, got some viewers on, so let's talk a little bit about SBC and just kind of give people a little history on SBC, I guess.
Sure, we could definitely do that. I'm gonna bring up my slides, okay? And then I want to get a presentation, and while I'm doing that, we'll give viewers some a basic background of the organization. Now, to begin with, it's a Small Business Connection, and the name pretty much encapsulates everything. Basically, what we're doing is we're connecting small businesses with one another. Now, one of the things, the unique things here, Howard, is that we don't want to just be another networking organization, another group that just comes together to pass out business cards like crazy. One of the main focus of SBC is really bringing in the small businesses and providing them with not just the networking platforms, the online networking platforms, the offline, the face-to-face platforms, but also bringing in an educational component. I'm a big believer that in order for your business to grow, we as business owners have to grow as well. And I guess Jim Rohn has said it best, where he says that a formal education can make you a good living, but a personal self-development education can make you a fortune. So basically, that's in other words, just to recap what we're doing with SBC. SBC is a unique or professional business organization bringing together all the networking groups, bringing together all the organizations, the chambers, the government entities that cater to small businesses. And we're adding a component where we're providing an educational element. This is going to be a good way for us to start, because in a little bit we'll have Howard show us a little bit about the educational online component. Now, the other thing that we also want to touch upon is that, you know, we're not just another networking organization, and we want to be unique. And when you want to be unique, we don't want to recreate anything. We don't want to recreate anything, but we want to enhance what we already have. Yes, sir. And okay, you're gonna see my screen. You're gonna see my screen in a little bit. Okay, so you should be seeing the screen right here. So pretty much, and this is just an overview of what I've been pretty much saying. So the figure on your right hand side pretty much shows that SBC is being on the focal in the center, which means that, you know, we're the focal point and bringing all the other organizations together, all the networking organizations, bringing all the other entities together. And now with this great tool, the internet and webinars, we could be live and we could be from anywhere in the United States to the entire world. So what I want to do is, Howard, why don't we just, as we're progressing here, you know, does, Sandra, you want to add something? Hello?
Definitely. By all means, the Small Business Connection is a phenomenal platform for all business owners at all levels, whether you're an entry-level entrepreneur or you have been an entrepreneur for, you know, many years and a business owner. It's definitely have been able to just increase our business as a whole. So yes, Pablo, thank you so much for the introduction. And it has been my pleasure to work with you guys. I've done nothing but grow, even as a consultant and coach myself, just being around the ambiance of such a strong community. I can't say anything more about that. It's just that our community is so networked and strong together. Being a part of the SBC resources has been able to not only assist me, but my clients and everything that we do. So yes, Pablo, by all means, this is just the very beginning of what is to come. So thank you so much for giving us that introduction. And I'm excited to hear what's next. By all means, I've been here, and every time I look up, we're changing, we're adding, we're adapting. So that's how you know you're in the presence of good people, when you're adapting and adjusting to the growth and the expansion of what the community offers.
There you go. And you know what, Howard, I just wanted to add is that, you know, one of the biggest things is that when you have a handful of people with the right vision, with the common vision, I mean, you create a massive explosion.
No, that's a great point, Pablo, and you got to have like-minded people around you to take you into the area that you want to grow into. Not go into, but grow into. Because if you're going to go up, you got to grow. Because otherwise, you already be there. You know,
Howard, you know, it's interesting, and you probably could relate this. I was on my way back home. I was listening to one of our videos that we have in our back office, and you know, just listening to one of the very successful entrepreneurs. He says that sometimes he comes across people that say, you know what, they used to tell him, because he's not with us, but they would tell him, Jim Rome, I don't want to really get too much out of life. And then Jim says, well, you don't have to become too much. So, but you know, people that want much out of life, the opportunities, the tools are here, and those that do not want that much, you know, it's a choice. But one of the things that interesting that you mentioned is, you're absolutely right. You have to hang around with great people. You have to hang around with people that make you dream bigger. And you know, I've been fortunate enough to connect with you, Howard. So what I would like to do is, Howard, just pass it over to you, and so you could start beginning to share some good resources, tools that we have in our back office. So a lot of the people that are seeing us now could see the benefits that are out there.
All right. Well, you know, there are a lot of great tools. Just being part of SBC, and I'm just glad that we could come in and be part with you guys. And when I say be part with you, is actually just add a few things to you. And USA Business Academy is a was a great tool to learn and grow from. No matter where you're at as a business owner, I think it's going to be a great tool. But let me just say first, thank you, Pablo. Thank you, Sandra. There are a lot of other great coaches and people that are part of SBC that I've met just on one trip over to Houston. I'm in Houston all the time. Used to live there, enjoy Houston and love Houston. So I'm just excited about being part of that. And what we're going to do this afternoon, because we're just going to make this quick. This is an introductory conversation tonight, because we've got some exciting things coming up. I know next week we got another hangout where you're able to ask live questions from various coaches. You know, I'll be one of them, but you know, I'm going to probably be asking more questions than anybody. I'm probably going to be like, hey, can you help me with this? Because Sandra is great. There's some other great coaches that I've met, networking and marketing. Our event genius, Ray Hewitt. I remember, you know, meeting Ray and just seeing what he's doing in the veterans community. So, you know, I'm excited about being part of SBC. You know, taking small businesses to that next level, and I think that's what I'm excited about. So we're just going to go in a little bit and test drive inside of USA Business Academy. So let me just pop over and share the screen a little bit. You can see my desktop, and as we talk about it all the time, Howard White is one of those that unfortunately has everything open on his desktop. So we're going to
Howard White is always ready.
And
this is the no judgment circle, Howard. You're within the no judgment
should be seeing my screen here shortly. And but what we're going to do is just go in and pull the hood back a little bit. You know, when you buy a fast car, I don't know why everybody always want to look under the hood when it's right there. And when I say it's right there, they want to look under the hood in the parking lot. I mean, you can't tell how fast it's going in the parking lot. So, I mean, you really need to take it out and test drive it. So this is what we're going to do. You know, one of the great things about USA Business Academy, there's literally hundreds of videos inside of it. But we've broken it down into 5 areas. You know, you think about your business. People are often saying, hey, I want to double my sales. You know, I want to double my business. Well, let's talk about that a little bit. You got various areas that you got to impact in order to grow your business. You got to increase your leads. You got to increase your conversions. You got to increase transactions. You got to find a way to charge more and add more value to your clients. And then on the back end, you got to come back in and really pull more profit out of it. So that's what we help you do. And one of the ways that's done is through the weekly lessons. Every week, you know, and right now I'm open simply because I've been a member a little while. But once you sign up, we're going to start with week 1. Week 1 is creating your vision. So each week you get an email lesson to actually go and be part of. I mean, just as you look at that, helping you create a vision for your business. A new vision. If you have one already, you can sit there and work and tweak it. And that's the great thing about it. No matter where you are in this journey, if you're going to go to the next peak, you must grow through a valley. So if you're tweeting, let's start that. Let's everybody tweet that. Hashtag grow through the valley. Grow through the valley is what we should do tonight. So we're going to look to grow and help you grow. And that's what SBC is doing with these types of programs, is helping you grow. So, you know, I'm excited about that. But just look at that. I mean, this is, you know, the first week. And then also second week, coming in and talking about the 5-part formula. You know, I mentioned those 5 parts in which the program is broken down. As you look at my screen, you see that. Leads, conversions, transactions, price, profit, higher, more. That's what SBC is about, is helping everyone move higher and gain more. But when you look at actually going through a lesson and spending time each week working on your business. Michael Gerber tells us that as a small business owner, we must spend more time working on our business and not in our business. So I challenge you to think about that as a business owner. Think about it. Am I spending the time working on my business or in my business? And you want to have that relationship to where more time is being spent on your business. And as a small business owner, I do own a business, so I know it's tough. There are times when you have to get in there and do things. But just as we look at that, we talked about those 5 areas: lead generation, conversion, number of transactions, dollars sell, the average dollar sale. Just think about the price that you're charging, and then your profit margins. But that's lesson 2. I mean, just in the second week, think about all the knowledge you would gain from being part of a system like this. Just as simple as videos helping you to create and work on your business, how to create that multi-million-dollar business, that we are all striving for, that 7-figure business, that 8-figure business if you're already at 7 figures. So this is just a little small test drive behind it, and people, one of the questions I've had or heard from a lot of business owners before they peek under the hood, if they would, and then decide to test drive, and then decide to keep and take it on that vacation trip. The one thing that they say is, well, no matter where I'm at, how will this help me? Well, you think about what it took you to get to where you are. A lot of times it's going back through the same steps, the same practices, and the same principles, and steps that are going to help you build from where you are. Because when you go back, you see everything with a different set of eyes. You're the same person, but you have a different set of eyes now. You have the eyes of experience. You have the eyes of lessons bought. So that is one of the things that Top Choice, our company, a retail store I have, that's one of the things I've learned as I go through and grow through those valleys at Top Choice. I use USA Business Academy to help me go back through and create. So every year I try to work on my vision. Every year I'm going back in and saying, how am I generating those leads? Am I converting clients? How can I get people to come into a brick and mortar store and actually spend more? Those are things that we teach you inside of USA Business Academy. So just a quick dive in. I'm going to go through one of them. Let's look at it. It's a little rushed, but we're glad to spend time with you, and Pablo is going to share how you can truly test drive the system. But you look at several things. Fundamentals. The fundamentals never change. Right now, as you're listening to this video, it's NBA basketball season. That's right. The season doesn't start to the playoffs, and the Rockets are in the playoffs. So, real simple. It's real simple. Fundamentals. You got to dribble the ball. You got to box out. You fill in the blanks for the fundamentals. Business, the same way. There are certain fundamentals that you have to get down if you're going to generate leads for your business and grow your business. Certain fundamentals. And then strategies to help you implement those fundamentals. So think about it. You got to develop those strategies that's going to help you implement the fundamentals. And then depending on your specific business, there are tactics that you utilize. You think about most advertising now, and you're going to learn this. You're going to learn how to implement this. Most business right now, most advertising is tactical advertising. There's not a strategy behind it. It's simply run an ad and hope enough eyeballs see it that I can get a few people in and then turn a profit. So we teach you how not to do that, how to develop those strategies, how to work and create joint ventures, how to persuade individuals to come on board and endorse you. I mean, just think about how powerful that is. One of the ways that I'm talking to you tonight is through a joint venture / partnership with SBC. The way in which SBC is growing and help educating Houston professionals is through those joint ventures, a very strategic way of doing that. Every business, I'm going to ask you, do you have a revenue generating system that's based on referrals? Do you? Do you have referrals working for you? Do you have referrals that's helping your cash register? Oh, sorry, we don't have cash registers very much anymore. Your swipe, your card. Do you have it happening? Do you have your referrals coming to your website? So that's one of the things that we're going to help you learn inside of this system. And the great thing about it is self-paced, but you know, I can go on and I get excited. I can actually get into a lesson. I don't want to, you know, that's not the purpose of tonight's call. Tonight's call is really just to show you a little bit, just to show you a little bit, you know, when we talked about that referral system, how to set it up, how to develop that neighborhood marketing campaign. You know, if you're in the service industry and you go into a neighborhood, why aren't you putting door hangers on the 6 or 7, 9 houses around that neighbor saying, hey, I was in the neighborhood servicing your neighbor's air conditioning and just wanted to know if I can be of service to you. But think about that. You know, while I was in the neighborhood, Mr. Rogers' neighborhood, whichever neighborhood it may be, whether it's Sugarland, you know, in the Woodlands, or just doesn't matter. It works because people know their neighbors. And 99 times out of 100, they like their neighbors or trust their neighbors. But that's going to be a great referral. If you do a great job for their neighbor, what do you think they're going to say? How do you like that air conditioner? How did you like that floor cleaner? Oh, I loved it. And then your phone is going to ring simply because you were in the neighborhood. But when you're in the neighborhood, you got to have a plan on how you and your team are going to work around the neighborhood. So I just wanted to just tap through just a few of them. I mean, like I said, just a few as I back out, and I'm going to open it back up and let Sandra talk a little bit about it. I mean, just the knowledge. And then case studies. You know, case studies. And I say that the reason case studies, learning from other business owners' challenges is a key to growing in life. I mean that's real key, because in life you can learn one or two ways. You know, you can buy your mistakes through experience, or you can learn from others. And that's part of what SBC is here, is developing that community. That community. That's what I love about it. The community to help each other grow. And that's the part that I love about it. As I come back over to you guys, and we're able to back off the screen, but just hopefully that just gave them a little bit behind the scene, Pablo. I know they can test drives. Well, Sandra, you've actually been taking it out. You actually been, I saw that you went on a whole vacation trip inside of USA Business Academy. You didn't just, get in the car and rev the engine and maybe drive around the block. So you've been up to Montana. Where else you went? Wyoming. Tell us about it.
Absolutely. Don't forget Vegas a little bit. I got to visit Vegas while I'm out. So. Tremendous. It is one of those things that once you get in it, you just feed for more. It really continues to feed and grow your need and your have to say, you know what, now that I've accomplished this, what's next? What's next? And that's something that Pablo and I shared dearly as well. Is once we get into something, we really just take a hold of it and say, these resources are tremendously valuable to each and every one. So thank you so much for giving us that access. You're right, I didn't just take a drive. I actually went around the country and had to take a little tour while I was at it. So I've enjoyed everything, and it's really just allowed me to put things into perspective. Because I know as business owners, we're going every single day, and we just go and go and go and go. What to do next? Now, how do I organize my thoughts? How do I organize my business? So, getting into the academy and just following the step-by-step system simplified everything for me to even just help my clients out and say, look, this is the system that will take you step by step by step. So there's nothing else out there that I've ever seen before that offers so much value in just one particular system. Typically, you got to jump around from here to there to get a little bit of knowledge on this website and get a little bit of knowledge on that website. But fundamentally, this site has been able to truly track step by step everything that's going on with it. Absolutely.
Because I have, she's right now talking. She's giving her.
So by all means, definitely, I've been able to evaluate and really just truly enjoy everything that the Academy offers, the enrichment of the program, and allowing that platform to be thorough, step by step, and being able to really follow a process. I know each and every day when I get up, I'm excited to get my next video. I'm excited to see what's next. So, Pablo, definitely, I don't know if there's anything more you want me to expand on this half, or did you want to share some samples? I don't see anybody posting in the group page, so I want to encourage you guys once again to take a moment to post questions in the group page, or if there's anything else that you want to comment on. We definitely want to create some interaction throughout the Hangout session, so please take a moment, make a comment, post a question, so we can take that and really learn from what is next. Pablo, did you have anything else more to say, or do you want me to go ahead and start expanding on the value of what we have?
You know, before you started, you could hear me, right?
I can, absolutely.
Okay, yeah. What I want to do is I just want to give a quick testimonial on my own experience, with the system, and I'm not sure if I had mentioned to everyone in the organization. But one of the things that we were beginning to do is finding creative ways of coming up with a system to generate leads, to get more people engaged, and also put out some educational events like the ones you're seeing here. So I spent a little bit over 6 months researching, and you know that I'm all into my plugins. I'm all looking for other ways to do these things. So it took me about 6 months to start doing a landing page and getting familiar with all all the tools that you need for that. And then I meet Howard. I meet Howard through one of our great members, and we developed this partnership to bring this value to SBC members. And when he shows me the system, everything that I spent 6 months for, and I was at 90% at that time, 6 months and 90% complete. Howard shows me a system that had already been developed with a roadmap of everything, exactly how to do what I was looking to do, a roadmap, and I'm sure right now, I mean, we're just showing you a high-level overview of what this machine has, but I mean, when you go in there, it shows you. I mean, I am an engineer. I'm a blueprint of what you would call. But you know, looking at it, it had from step A to step B and exactly what to do, what to say, the type of marketing that you need to do, the engagement. I mean, everything. And I was able to listen to those videos and those e-learning classes in almost like a couple of hours, and to learn everything to just verify that what I've learned in 6 months, it was all there. So it's just a good testimonial just to let you know that, you know, and I'm one of the people that always believe in, oh, I could do it myself. But then again, you know, there's some things that you're either going to spend 6 months doing it, or you want to use a system that's already made that's going to help you get there a lot quicker. So it was just a little a personal experience about how we were implementing all this thing, and in less than a few weeks that we became in partnership. I mean, look at what we've been doing, and I would have still been trying to figure this thing out.
You know, one of the things, Pablo, I think you hit the nail right on the head, and with a sledgehammer, not just right on the head, but right on the head with a sledgehammer. You know, the great thing about it is that literally that's the way it works in business. I mean, we decide to either, like I said, buy the experience one way or the other, with time or money, pain or sweat, tears and regret. So it's our choice how we're going to do it. And I think really surrounding yourself in this community of individuals that are looking to grow and willing to give. That, to me, that's what I love when I came over to Houston and met what you've put together. I mean, it's just exciting to see people that are, you know, looking to grow and willing to give. And I had some great times just in those 2 days, and look forward to coming back.
Awesome.
We look forward to having you back, that's for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, one of the things you talked about was the actual live coaching sessions you're looking to do, Sandra, and you know, what will a person actually get out of that? A small business owner that's never experienced coaching, what can they expect from a virtual coaching session, working with you and some of the other coaches that are part of the SBC network?
Definitely. You know what it's about, and it's something that I always come to mind. is when people are training for anything that it may be, whether it's the Olympics, whether it's football, basketball, guess what? They don't just train 2 weeks before kickoff season, or they don't just train, a month before the Olympics start. This is a lifelong training. Anything that they do, every day that they wake up, that's the only thing that's on their mind is growth and getting better. How can I do it? How can I critique? How can I just grow a little bit more? How can I go a little bit further than I did yesterday? And that's one of the things that we truly value and work on within the community in using systems such as this is that growth mechanism. Being able to have access to a library of hundreds, literally hundreds and thousands of resources where, talk about VIP exclusivity. Pablo has really reached in and reached himself strong to give us some VIP access. And some of the things that are available are not available to anyone else. And if they are available, guess what? There's a pretty penny behind it, and there may be a couple zeros behind it at the end of that. So not something that we really focus on is taking the curriculum that's within the community and really just coaching them step by step with where you are at in your business right now. Because the truth of the matter is that we all have a different passion, we all came from a different background, and we all have different beliefs. So working with us personally, being able to do those virtual coaching sessions is really itemizing and putting things in a big picture to say, you know what, everything else doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is you and your business. What are we going to tackle right now this week? What we always get caught up is sometimes business owners, they just see, 6 months from now or 12 months from now or 2 years from now. And it's great to have that business plan because you got to have that growth plan in place. But let's just break it down to those bite-sized pieces so we can truly see the accomplishments. And that's what the Academy helps us do. We break out sessions. We have 1 week of sessions, 1 week of video, 1 week of interaction. And the virtual assistance really just allows you to apply it, implement it, and go back out into the field and redefine it. So that's exactly what we work on with the virtual coaching sessions is how do we apply it, what can we critique, and how can we just get stronger and better each and every day.
Yeah, I asked this question, Pablo. What are some of the other things that you guys are doing? I know I was able to attend, just in the day I was there, a collaborative event for the veterans down at the House of Blues, which had a great time, met some great business connects, some people that I'm still talking to and will visit with when I come back over. And then the next evening, we actually had a coaching session, a training session in which Sandra actually taught us. So, what else you got on there? I know it's on the website, but, just talk about it because sometimes it helps a little bit.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Howard, one of the things that I mentioned at the very beginning was that we're looking at ways of enhancing the networking experience. So one of the things that we're doing is that we're not exclusively just doing luncheons. We're not exclusively just doing lunch and learns. Come and mingle with people at a place where you could have lunch or at a place or a conference room. And then bring some educational information and experts to teach you. But the other things that we're also doing is we're integrating ourselves. We're partnering, developing those partnerships. Okay, and so the other things that we're doing. Okay, is that good? Yeah. So the other things that we're beginning to do is really forming those partnerships with the other entities so that we could also bring the after-hour social networking experience, and that's what we're doing with some of the local entities like at Houston Media. Okay, yes, it's lowered right now. It's lowered. So that's what we're doing. Let me see. This might work. Yeah. So and then.
This is live, guys. This is live. You get this live here.
But this is great. This is awesome. We're good now, right? But then the other thing I wanted to also add, we're also having an exclusive hands-on training academy, similar to what you have online. What we're doing is we're bringing that live every single month, and instead of doing just a half-hour sessions, we're beginning to do an hour and a half session of training. So those are just some of the things that we're doing, and then in addition to the collection of the system that you have just shown, we have also developed a system for ourselves where we provide thousands and thousands of books, e-learning books that people could just go into the back office, download it to any of their technical devices, smart devices, and they could read the books, the e-books. They could have access to training videos, webinars. In fact, this particular webinar, we would also save it and make it available to all the members. So there's a lot of great things that we're doing, and like you said, I mean, going through every single one of them would just take us so much time. But the main thing is that we're truly changing the networking arena, because you know what? Once we come into the arena, we don't want to just compete. We want to dominate. Like Grant Cardone would say, you go into an area, develop those partnerships, because you're not there to compete. You're there to dominate that market. And the way you're going to dominate it is by developing those strategic alliances and offering the people that platform of choices. You want to give people choices and the good, worthwhile resources and tools that if they were to go out there by themselves, it would cost them thousands and thousands of dollars. But since we're coming in a group with hundreds of people, we could get a better deal. So that's pretty much what we're doing.
So what's the best way for folks to connect as we get ready to close out? Want to be respectful of people's time. We said no more than an hour, or really about 45 minutes. What's the best way to connect with SBC, and what are some of the exciting upcoming events?
One of the ways that the best way for people to connect, and let me see if I could be able to share my screen. Like you said, this is life. This is life, and what I'm going to do is I'm going
to for those of you who can remember the 8 tracks as we talked about. Yes.
There you go. One of the key ways to connect with us is going through our website, and when you go into the website, you're going to find a wealth of information in there, and then there you would find articles, you would find information, relevant information in various topics. We'll post some videos, educational videos that people could have access to, and there's a whole collection of articles in different topics: social media, network marketing and branding. I mean, it's all there. Now, in terms of upcoming events, as you can see here, April 21st, if you're in the local Houston area, we're going to be meeting in the West Houston area. So you go in here, you can just hover your mouse or your little hand over here, and then you see the details of the event. You could also click in there; it will take you there as well. Now, the other thing, Howard, that I would want to also share with people is, some people at this time might say, you know what, this makes a lot of sense. This makes a lot of sense. Now, there's going to be some price attached to it. Absolutely. As much benefit we want to bring to the people, we also have to be in business and keep the. Well, in this case, you don't keep the lights on; you keep the internet and the connection.
I love that. I love that.
I mean,
lights on, but the web flowing.
Internet connection, huh? I mean, that just came to mind. But yeah, it's interesting. The way that you could get connected with us, and you see that. Okay, I see that Lamborghini or that big machine that Howard was talking about. I'm ready. I'm ready to join a team of winners. And you could just go into here, go into membership levels. You click on the membership levels, and then it's going to show you the various levels. And now the level that would give you the maximum benefit for your investment would be the VIP Platinum Plus. Now, when you hear VIP Platinum Plus, I mean that is the cream of the crop. I mean that is the top of what people are offering. And I've been to certain programs that they offer, and I know when they say VIP and they even put Platinum and Plus, I'm thinking about thousands and thousands of dollars. So for us, we want to also make it affordable to our small business members as well. So that is a price that we have put in for $49.95 per month. Now, I remember talking to Howard. Howard was saying that's the cost of half a Starbucks cup of coffee on a daily basis.
That's a tank of gas in our city, as much as we run through that in 1 week.
There you go. And you put this tank, $49.95. You put this tank in your mind, and it's gonna explode your business. It's gonna explode. I mean, this is the premium fuel that you would get at a very discounted price. So you go in here. You would go in here. You select, and one of the things is that we want to make it simple. We want to make it as systemized things and make it more efficient. Because I know, like myself, if I'm going to pay for something, I want it now. And you go in here. Right now, I'm logged in at a level, but it would allow you to put your login, your password. You go into the checkout. You run through the payment, and boom! Instantly, you get a message. You get a message saying, "Here's your login, your access," and then you have access to the entire SBC libraries training. And then immediately, within 24 hours or less, we'll put you into the other affiliate partner. U.S. Business Academy, what Howard was showing you. So I mean, this is tremendous. I've seen programs that run well over $1,000, $2,000, and if it's giving me a promise of making back my investment, I mean, it is a no-brainer. Now, one of the things I'm going to put Howard on the spot, and I know he would allow me to say this. He's going to allow me to.
The hot seat. You're in the hot seat.
Hot seat.
The reason he's going to allow me to say that is because when I spoke to him, he said, Pablo, if you test drive the system, if you use the system, if you become part of the system, and you have not made back your investment, and you truly could show me that you've used the system, we would return your money back. We will return your money back, no questions asked. And Howard didn't have to say any more. I said, "What do I sign in?" I'm in. And I mean, in less than a week one weekend, I think I went through half of that system. That was a good thing that they locked a couple of other sessions, because I would have been all the way to session 52 in 1 weekend.
Yeah, and I think that's an important. I think that's an important part, Pablo, is that as we learn, sometimes we. And Darren Hardy said it best. He said, "It's not how many books you read; it's how many books you apply."
True.
So as you're going through the lessons, what are you applying that's helping you in your life?
Absolutely.
To me, that is the key thing. And so if individuals are there right now and they want to go in and say, "Hey, let me experience what the videos are really saying. What is that content Howard was talking about?" Pablo, I think you have the screen up to show them now.
Yes. You see, I read your mind. Great minds work together, and they begin to even complete their sentences. But this is exactly what Howard was talking about. You want to test drive. You want to test drive. You want to look at the videos. You want to get an idea of what this training is. And I mean, I've test drive this myself, and it pretty much with these 3 videos, plus they give you a bonus. They give you a 4th bonus that recaps everything. So if you're interested in test driving it, I would strongly suggest you go to our website. You could type in Small Business Connection, or you could also type in Small Biz, B-I-Z, Connection. You could see the URL right there on the screen. You just do a /growth, and it's going to take you to this page. Okay, so this page is pretty much, you put your email, your name, your email, you submit, and you're instantly going to have access to that first video. And then in the next 7 days, you would get a set of videos, up to 4 different videos that would give you valuable information, a little bit more in depth. Each one is approximately 30 minutes of information of what Howard was really touching upon on the surface. And this would give you a good opportunity to test drive the system. So let me turn it back over to Howard or Sandra.
Absolutely. So we're going to go ahead and post that link directly in the Facebook group just to ensure everyone has access to it, Pablo. So if you can post that directly in the Facebook group just to make sure everyone has access to that and they can go in and evaluate that again. But I mean, why get just the rental car? I mean, you can have the whole vehicle. So I definitely recommend get involved in the community. Enroll for $49. My goodness, $49.95 a month, and that's controlling, things that you couldn't learn in a weekend worth of education. And I know when I pay for many sessions, I mean, a weekend's worth of education can run me thousands of dollars. But we're offering it at $49.95 a month for the VIP status. There's just no better value than I've been able to find, and just truly growth and potential for anybody who's in the business. And the thing that I really will drive home once again is it's just that daily training, that daily mindset. Because we have good intentions, but guess what? Life happens. And if we don't have that growth plan in place and we don't have a system telling us what to do next and automatically deliver to our email each and every week that growth plan that doesn't require me to take another step and remember to log in, it comes directly to my inbox and says, Sandra, it doesn't matter what you're doing, you schedule this time to grow your business, to work on your business, and things of that sort. So that's what I really love tremendously about the platform. And like I said, why get the rental car for the 3-day value when you can evaluate the entire program? Just embrace it like Pablo and I and other people of the community have been able to truly embrace it and apply it instantly. And of course, working with us, we're here for you. We'll help you to understand things and place guidance through it. But we're going to continue to grow and have these other sessions, have the networking. You got to surround yourself with people that are on your growth plan, that are going the direction that you're going, that are not looking back and letting things slow them down. And that's exactly what we are all doing in just coming together as a mastermind to take full advantage of everything that the community has to offer. So by all means, I want to just thank both of you gentlemen for giving us so humbly to everything that y'all put into the system, the program. And I want to personally send you guys an invite. Pablo mentioned it very briefly, but if you're in the Houston area, come by and see us. Actually, our SBC next luncheon will be here. Well, it's a luncheon on the side. You bring your own lunch. Next Tuesday, it's going to be personally here at my office.
Sandra, you can tell them learning is on you, lunch is on them, so they bring their own lunch. I guarantee that they learn something. So lunch and learn. Bring your lunch and you're going to learn something.
That's what we do each and every time. We have a tremendous speaker that's coming. Cesar Rincon is a part of the community. He gives us provided valuable resource to us as well. Another professional coach and trainer in the community of the Houston area. And it just gets better and better, as I mentioned. Each and every time I look up, if it's not this, it's another resource. If it's not this, it's just growing everything that we have to offer. So I encourage each of you to go onto the website, play around on the website, enroll in your 3-day, or do like what I did and get started right away. Because that's exactly what I wanted to just grow my business and no excuses. Just to continue to grow and continue to have a platform that now that we can even form a mastermind group that we're all on the same growth plan. And every week we're getting these videos and we can come together as a community and say, look, what did you learn this week from the videos? What did you learn? How did you apply it? And guess what? That's how we're going to strengthen each other, how we're going to continue to grow. And people are just going to see from everything when we wake up, the way we walk, the way we talk, and the cars we drive, because everything is really going to come full potential and full circle when you apply it and you live it and you breathe it each and every day. So that's all I have to say for tonight.
Hey, before we close out, I want to encourage every listener to join the Facebook group.
Absolutely.
Simply because there are a couple things. Number one, as we do the coaching call next week, a lot of the questions that we answer and individuals that we will actually invite in live if they want to be live and coach them live virtually that information will be coming from the Facebook group.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to challenge people to do that. Go to Grow Your Business Now on Facebook and be a member. Join the group and connect with us. You're having a challenge. You never know who's out there that can help you. As coaches, we're monitoring the group, and we get a notification saying, hey, someone just posted. And if someone's having a challenge, we're going to reach out to you and see how we can help you. And that's what we do as part of this community. So that's one of the things I love about it. But I guess the main thing is make sure you go over to SBC and connect and you looked under the hood and you need to test drive. Go ahead and test drive. But I tell you, go ahead and invest in yourself. One of the things that
get behind the wheel.
My coach asked me. He said, "Howard, are you a gambler?" I said, "I never go to Vegas to gamble. I don't go to live in L.A. That's the big LA it is, Louisiana. I don't go to the casinos, but I bet on myself every day. I invest in myself. And that's what you're doing when you spend time and invest in the proper tools to help yourself grow. you're betting on yourself. And it's not a long shot. It's a sure shot if you're willing to shoot daily. It's a sure shot if you're willing to shoot daily. So you got to get up, do the daily things that are going to help you grow. So with that said, Pablo, I'm going to turn it over to you, and I think you close us out however you like to. And
Oh, no, absolutely. There's nothing more to say. I mean, you pretty much summed it up. Sandra, you did a phenomenal job of also explaining. I mean, I just want to thank each and everyone for being here and congratulate you for wanting to make a change in your life, in your business, and in every aspect of your life. So we're here for you. Come visit us if you're in the local Houston area. And next week we're going to be coming live again via the internet. So we look forward to connecting with each and every one of you. If you're in the local Houston area, come visit us. Come visit us. We're throughout the Houston area, and I'm sure you're going to come across one of us crazy people who are growing our businesses, because we're out there and we're making noise. So come join the team. You want to be a winner, you have to be with winners, right? So you only become the people you associate with and the books that you read. So
Right.
begin reading good books and begin associating with great people like Howard and Sandra. And I want to thank you guys. I mean, you guys are phenomenal coaches. I mean, every single day I learn from each and every one of you. So thank you. I'm truly blessed to be associated with both of you. So let's get this thing done.
all right, well, take
Thanks,
care. I'm out and about to go and
Over now.
do work. Take care.
Let's go. Let's do it. All right. Take care. Take care, everyone.
All right, see y'all later.